Hello, and welcome to another episode of Brian's Criterion. This week's Criterion Bluray episode is a review of the Spike Lee joint, Do the Right Thing. Please hit that like button and subscribe if you're loving these Criterion reviews. Okay, buckle up, ladies and gentlemen, because you're about to see one of the top Criterion sets they've ever released, because this Blu-ray is stacked. Starting off, the case is beautiful and it is robust. Holding it in your hands, the case is thick and heavy. Pulling the sleeve out, you are welcomed with a beautiful case, with a painting of some of the main characters standing in front of Sal's famous pizzeria. Inside the case are 2 discs and a 100-page book. And yes, you just heard that right. This set comes with a book that is 100 pages. I mean, I used a damn bookmark for this thing. The book is filled with just 2 segments. The first is an essay from Vincent Cunningham where he talks about the significance of Do the Right Thing. The rest of the book is actually a journal from Spike Lee. The journal ranges from December 1987 to August 1988, which basically covers pre-production and a little bit of production for Do the Right Thing. And this is the real deal, man. Getting to read journal entries from Spike himself is so damn cool. It's the one time you actually have the privilege of getting into the mind of one of the best living directors. As I close out talking about the case, I have to reiterate, this set is absolutely stunning. Now let's talk about the content that exists on the discs. Boy oh boy, here we go. As I said before, this set has 2 discs, so I'll cover everything that you'll get. So for starters, you have an audio commentary, you get cast interviews from pre-production, you get footage of the table reads, you get a full hour documentary about the making of Do the Right Thing, you have an interview with a costume designer, you get retrospective interviews from 3 people, one of which was the camera assistant. Then there's the full Cannes Film Festival press conference. You get a small bit where Spike Lee returns to the block and talks about the locations. You get a retrospective from the year 2000 providing interviews with cast and crew. You get a closing statement from Spike talking about the controversial reviews the film received. Plus, you get Fight the Power music video, deleted scenes, and TV spots. Woo! Needless to say, this is one of the most jam-packed Criterion Blu-rays you can get. If you love watching behind-the-scenes material, then this is absolutely a must-buy. And that's the truth, Ruth. That about rounds out the special features on the disc, so let's briefly talk about the film. The plot synopsis from IMDb reads, on the hottest day of the year on a street in Bedford-Stuy section of Brooklyn, everyone's hate and bigotry smolders and builds until it explodes into violence. Well, what is there to say about Do the Right Thing that hasn't already been said? This movie is a masterpiece. If I were to make top films from the 90s list, Do the Right Thing would be at the top. It's one of my favorite films, and I always love going back and revisiting the block. What I love about a Spike Lee joint is that his films are drenched in style, and Do the Right Thing is no exception. Right out the gate, the movie punches you in the face with Public Enemy's Fight the Power and an aggressive dance number from Rosie Perez. The movie grabs your attention right away, and it is what I consider to be one of the greatest opening credit sequences in film history. From there, we are introduced to many memorable characters. You got Mookie, you got Sal, you got Buggin' Out, you got Damer, you got Radio Raheem, and of course, Mr. Senior Love Daddy. All of the characters in this film seem real. Like you can actually see real-life versions of these characters right outside your window. I love the main idea of setting a story that takes place in one day and that happens to be the hottest day in New York. This idea that when it's that hot outside, people are more irritable, angry, and on edge. Characters take the smallest of gripes and turn them into something much bigger, which is why the film ends where it does. Spike has said that if this story took place not on the hottest day in New York, then the events at the end of the film would have never taken place, and I kinda love that. Speaking of the ending, I remember watching this for the first time, not really knowing where the story was going, but enjoying the ride. But when Radio Raheem was murdered, my heart was racing and my blood was boiling. Then I watch as Mookie, the main character, walk over to a trash can, dumps the trash out, then proceeds to throw the trash can into Sal's window. My jaw dropped to the fucking floor. It is one of the most powerful moments in all of film. It's an incredible moment. I know this scene is controversial for some, but to me it's genius. Now I can go for hours talking about my love for the film, the acting, the dialogue, the sets, the cinematography, the themes. It's all work from a storyteller at the top of his game. In the end, Do the Right Thing is one of the most bold and memorable movies I've ever seen. It's a movie that only Spike could make, and I'm so happy he did. The cinematic landscape was forever changed. Okay, to wrap things up here. Listen, if you only have the funds to buy one Blu-ray, I gotta give it to Do the Right Thing. Even if you don't love this movie, I still say it's worth it. It comes with hours of special features as well as a 100-page book. I mean, shit, reading Spike's journal alone is worth buying this set. This is without a doubt one of the best Criterion Blu-rays I own, if not the best. Sure, there are some heavy contenders, such as Seven Samurai. I should review that at some point. But even still, the Blu-ray should be in everyone's collection. You dig? Okay, that's it, folks. Until the next review, I say cheers.